Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marshal Gotan, and welcome to Dawngate. This is a MOBA in the same styles of League of Legends, Dota, and what's the other one? Heroes of the Storm. That's the one. The up and coming Blizzard release into the forays of a MOBA game. So let's start with the obligatory shop. Here are the shapers. This is the champions that you would call it. There's quite a nice selection already, and it's only an open beta as well. I'll put the link in the description below if you wish to sign up. Yeah, there's quite a large selection, quite a large variety as well. You've got your tanky guys, you've got the spell guys, you've got the ADCs, as you would call it. Actually, I would like to point out that I will be making comparisons with a League mostly, because that is my highest experience from MOBAs, League of Legends. So be prepared for a lot of League of Legends talk in comparison wise. Yeah, I've played quite a few champions, not champions, shapers, sorry, already. I've played Kargan, Faris. Who else have played? Reyna, Petrus, Varian, Volok. Who else? Freya, Desecrator, and Fenmore. I don't think I've played Michaela yet. She's an AD carry. Princess of the Queen or something like that. Already, they have quite a good storyline going. I'm not sure whether their intention was to make it casual or competitive or whatever, but they're going quite heavy on the story. I mean, they've got their own webcomic as well, which you can see. Where is it? It's this one, and it's pretty good so far. I've read the pages that they've got out already. Pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad. Quite entertaining. Quite good on the background. Now, before you have your first game, you should go into options and immediately click off this show smartcast ranges. This is my one gripe with the game so far, and obviously beta is beta, so I'm not what am I trying to say? I'm not saying it's a bug or anything, but the option is quite bad. It's quite terrible. There might be a bug in the coding itself, but what essentially happens is that you try and cast spells, and the spell is lagged by a considerable amount, to a point where it's fairly irritating and fairly visible, and you will die from it. So the best thing to do is just to shut it off completely, straight away before you even go into a game. Let's have a look at the key bindings. You automatically get Smartcast put on. So if you don't like Smartcasting, I would suggest that you change this to the use. So just literally click on there, Q, that sort of thing. Let's have a look at the graphics options. Not much to say there really. Screen size, resolution, what kind of mode, brightness. Fairly simplistic graphics options as you expect from a MOBA. It's not an FPS after all, so you can't expect much there really. Now then, I would class this game as a mixture of League of Legends, StarCraft 2 and Dota. Now I mainly say this because of the in-game mechanics more than the look, and I'll explain more about that when I actually get into a game. But it's actually quite a refreshing look on MOBAs. I mean, there's more objectives than simply kill the enemy, take the tower, done. There's two more objectives than that in this game. I mean, you could count Dragon in League of Legends and Baron as an objective, but not a lot of people nowadays do it. Obviously in the pro scene they do, but I'm talking in general. because I'm not as I said before, I'm not entirely sure whether they intended this game to be competitive or casual. I think it's actually got the makings of a competitive game, even if that's not what they set out to do. I genuinely believe that it could be a competitive game at some point. Yeah, on the subject of comparisons, if you have played League, you should pick this up fairly quickly. It's quite similar to League in its basic mechanics, and it doesn't take a lot to adjust that much. So for all you League players out there wanting a bit of a refreshing change, check out Dawngate. Definitely check it out. Now then, on that subject, instead of runes and masteries, you have what's called loadouts. Now what these are is that you get a spirit stone which has sockets in, as you would sort of expect from, I don't know, a weapon from Diablo 3. And these particular sockets have different powers. So for instance, this is my melee tanky loadout. This particular spirit stone here gives a power of plus 0.8, and the socket in it was red, so I shoved a health in. Now, as you can see, I've unlocked quite a lot already of different varying spirit stones, and this is actually an innovative system. It makes you think a little, because you've got to actually fit the shapes into the slot. So if we go to marksman, you can see I've got a giant one here, but it actually comes with an ability called duelist, which is quite nice. So this is the kind of thing I'd used on a shaper called Varen, who's quintessentially a mixture of Graves and Ezreal. And then you've got my sort of speedy magey kind of one there. Now sparks are these gem-like things that you put in. I haven't got many of those at the moment. And they range in 3, same as the spirit stones, except for you've got passive. In sparks you've got 3 main trees. You've got offensive, defensive and utility. And the ones that I've got at the moment are haste. Haste controls attack speed, cooldown reduction and movement speed. Power is obviously your damage, whether you're a mage or a melee. Power is just your generic damage dealing, what would you call it, stat. There you go. I don't know why it took so long to think of stat, but it did. And then of course you got your defensive. There is one thing I have noticed in this game. There's not a lot of magic damage per se. It seems to be more physical. That could be because of the champions that I fought against. Shapers I fought against, or it could be simply that there's not a lot of pure magic damage champions out there. Shapers. You know what? I'll just call them champions. Champion shapers. It's the character you play in the game. There's no real distinction. Right. So with those things out of the way, there is a lore tab. If you want to look through that, there's quite a lengthy lore that they've written. Let me take you to my profile for a second. As you can see, I've had quite a lot of games with Petrus and Fenmore. They are my favourite shapers by far. I've only been able to unlock Petrus at the moment. Fenmore will be unlocked soon, and as you can see, I'm sort of average with them, getting the same losses and wins. Here, I'll explain about this when I get into Champion Select, but I'll give you a brief overview. As well as a loadout, you get I'm going to call them a class, because it's essentially your role. Although your champion or shaper, whichever you'd prefer to call it, has a distinction between a mage, a AD carry, a tank, a bruiser, you can give them an additional one, which is Gladiator, Tactician, Hunter and Predator. Now these do different things and give you different buffs. The Gladiators are generally guys that farm minions. Tactician is your generic support, so you get a bit of gold for harassing the enemy, but you also get gold for nearby nearby enemy minions that die, you get a percentage of the gold, even if you didn't kill them. Hunter is your jungle, so you get extra damage versus the jungle camps, I believe. And Predator is quite a nice one. You get extra gold for any assist or kill that you have on an enemy shaper, but you also get extra gold for taking their Spirit Well workers. Now, I'll talk about Spirit Well workers when we get into the game, because that's one of the mechanics and objectives of the game that I find quite intriguing. And I'd say a new nuance to the game itself. So, with that out of the way, let's play a game. Hide my friends list. For some reason, beta is beta, but these keep popping up. So you'll either get notifications, chat rooms, or your friends list keep popping up as you press the button. So you can do solo, you can do group, or you can do a custom. There's not many customs going around at the moment, so just diving into a solo or group queue is the better way to get into a game. You can play by yourself in a custom game, so you can learn the generic mechanics behind a certain shaper or the game itself to help you, which is useful, very, very useful. Now then, while I'm searching for matchmaking, who am I going to pick? Well, I'm probably going to pick Fenmore, because I've been addicted to Fenmore. I quite like Fenmore because he's kind of like Vladimir in the way that he spends health to use some of his abilities, or even Mordekaiser, in fact. He generally deals magic damage and likes to have a lot of life drain, which is good. Here you'll see a brief overview of the abilities, what kind of shaper he is. Depravity, he uses health to cast his abilities, and he gains increased power based on his missing health. Ranged attack, magic damage mainly. And then you've got your damage rating of sustain, damage, sustain, and durability on a generic rating of 1 to 3 stars, I believe. So as you can see here, we've got roles being picked, preferred roles down here. You tick the ones you want, and then the champion you want, you lock it in.
Must be sacrificed.
You select your loadout, and then here you can see the expanded explanations of the roles. I'll quickly flick through them so you can pause and see what they do. I've given a brief overview of each, but there are some things that I've omitted. And then you get to this screen, which is where you can select your skins if you have them, and your ward skins, and also your announcer. That's a nice little feature. You can buy a new announcer. So if you get annoyed of the default one, you can buy a new one. I quite like that. I am tempted to buy Fenmore as an announcer, but I don't know whether I should or not, because the default announcer's alright, so yeah. Oh, I haven't seen that portrait picture before. It could have been that I've just missed it entirely. I quite like my at the moment, the portrait pictures are obviously generic, because they haven't put any more in yet. Come on. There we go. The enemy team looks quite scary, in fact. Yeah, but we do have duplicate
the Dawngate
duplicates.
Opens.
Right. As you can see, the loading time is very, very short, which is good. And you can see up in the top right corner here, we've got the FPS, the frames per second, and the ping. The ping is relatively high because, well, there's not a lot of servers up. So, what am I playing? Right, I'm playing Fenmore. I've already told you a bit about Fenmore.
30 seconds until minions
As you can see, it's quite like League, except for the fact that you choose your summoner spells in the game. And these are the selection of summoner spells. So you've got Blink, which is your flash, Stasis, which is a Zhonya's effect, Vanquish, which is Smite, you've got Barrier, you've got two kinds of Exhaust, in fact. You've got Talisman of Ascension sort of buff, gives you and your allies increased movement
minions
speed.
Have spawned.
This is the nearest Ignite, which I always take first. It's called Drain. you take their health and you get health back. Okay, I'm going top then. Now, this is the mechanic. So we've got towers, as you do. You've got towers, you've got minions, you've got your, for lack of a better word, inhibitor, but they're called cores. And this is your nexus. Your nexus actually fights back, which is good. So while they're trying to take these cores, they will take damage from minions summoned and the... I can't remember what, Guardian himself. That's the one.
There.
Each person starts with a ward. You get a ward by default, and it's available every 180 seconds. So there's no, you don't need to spend your gold on buying wards. You just automatically get one. As you can see down here, you've got Core as the default ability buttons. Sorry, I will be umming and ahhing because I'm trying to concentrate at the same time. Oh yeah, I love that ability so much. Just send out a wolf that like chomps and slashes at everyone. I like Fenmore, I really do. They have actually programmed in some nice little touches, as in, you see Freya here. She actually has hidden interactions with Fenmore, and they will talk to each other passively as you're playing the game. And they will taunt each other when they when one of them dies to the other one, which I found quite amusing. Because I don't dip into the lore of games anymore. I haven't got enough time to do that. So it's quite nice to hear some hidden lore bits that I wouldn't otherwise know. As in, Fenmore has actually killed Freya's brothers, I believe. Yes, he is an evil bastard. Bloody dibs. Bloody dibs. That's dibs there. Bloody ate the bastard. Right. What else was I going to say? Right, objectives. In the top corners here, these are the Spirit Worlds, and these are the Spirit World workers. Now what you can do, much like StarCraft, is go to... I'm about to get attacked. Oh lord. I'm getting attacked. Hold that thought, hold that thought. Nah. Ah! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Somebody save me. I'll recall and get some health back so I can talk about. So, what happens is, for the first 15 minutes of the game, these are locked. Each team has 2 in the corners here on the minimap, as you can see. But after those 15 minutes, they unlock. It's also denoted by these white lines here. Now what you can do is you can go up to the enemy ones and actually take them.
Is under attack.
And what they do is these Spirit Worlds actually give you passive income, because these workers work the spirits, I assume, and then dump it all in there, and you get, as you can see here, you get 1 Vim per worker. So what you can do is you can take the enemy Spirit Worlds after 15 minutes, or you can you can kill the workers, because this is the worker count up here. So what you can do is literally, like as in StarCraft, you can harass the worker line, which means that the enemy's passive income decreases, meaning that they have a harder time getting gold, as they have to actually work the minion waves properly, or they lose out on gold. I leveled the wrong skill because I was talking. God damn it. Oh, Freya, don't you dare. Which I think adds a nice little extra mechanical objective into the game. It means that you're not just going, oh, I need to farm waves to get gold, I need to kill the enemy to get gold, I need to kill the dragon and that to get gold. Well, you don't. You can just sit there passively, so even if you're having the worst game possible, you're not completely out of the game because of your passive income. Obviously, if one team controls all of the Spirit Worlds, which happens more often than you think, then you're in a bit of a sticky wicket if you're not the team controlling them all. Sorry, I am concentrating at the moment.
You have slain an enemy.
Woohoo! I kind of wasted the I'm gonna call it Shaper spell there, but it's absolutely fine. It worked. It worked. I got the kill for it. I got the gold for it. I'm happy.
Your binding is under attack.
Right. So as I said before, the power is here, and if you hover over it in game, which I'm not able to do at the moment, it will give you a breakdown of the specific parts that work up to the number that is in the power. There you go, nice bit of damage down on Freya. She's only got back in lane as well, which is good. You could probably hear me clicking frantically. Oh god, Nissa's returned. Nissa's returned! Already there are quite a few champions that, did she just say feed me? That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, there are quite a few champions that already have appeared to be overpowered. One of them is, I'm not going to say Fenmore actually, he's not that overpowered. Obviously if he's in the right place at the right time, like any champion or Shaper, you're going to get a good deal out of it. But at the moment, Petrus, Dibs, Nissa, Michaela to a certain extent, and Voluk are, I would say, classed as overpowered. In my mind, they definitely are. I mean, damn, those champions are so good. Oh, that was a bad move. That was a bad move from me. I wasted my ultimate there. Damn it, Freya came in right at the best time possible. Well, best time for them to save each other, but worst time for me. Ooh, Dibs is doing more damage than I gave him credit for. This is not good. Now, I've explained about the spirit walls. Now, a predator, which I am, actually gets more gold from killing spirit world workers.
Enemy binding has been destroyed.
Which I'm going to go show you now, because what you can do is you can just go at it, especially with Fenmore, which is really good to do. And as you can see, I'm getting a ton of gold from just killing and mowing these guys down. Which, as you can see, it's not that hard. Oh, this is a dangerous mission I should not have come.
An ally has been slain.
Oh, this is my indecision killing me here.
Binding has been destroyed.
I could easily get double kill. Where are they? Oh, he's flown away. God damn it! That's why I hate. That was so bad play. That was such bad play from me. Okay, I should warn you right now that I should have warned you before, but if you haven't discovered already, you're not going to get the best gameplay from me. By far, you are not going to get the best gameplay from me. Oh god. So not cool, so not cool, so not cool. Oh, I'm dead. May as well give up there. Yeah, you're not going to get the best gameplay from me. I'm really not that great at this game. I'm not the worst, but I'm not the best. I've only been playing this game technically for about a week now. About a week. I've done about between 33 and 35 games. Yeah, laning mechanics same as before. Really, you let your gladiator or tactician farm as much as possible, and then you just sit back and support them by harassing the enemy laner, or the enemy laners. Sorry, because there is actually only 2 lanes in this game. As you can see on the minimap, there's this one and there's that one down there. So what generally happens is you get a 2-1-2 formation, so you get 2 in one lane, 2 in another lane, and 1 person jungling. It is possible, because the jungle is so vast and has so many creeps, that you can have 2 junglers. But that means that you're going to have a solo laner somewhere. It's not that bad, but if your enemy isn't doing it, then they're at a very, 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 very much disadvantaged.
Fall back, colleagues.
But obviously, if this becomes competitive and pro gamers get their hands on it, we'll get a decent meta appearing. You know, we'll get decent meta appearing. We'll get decent mechanics appearing. And obviously that will filter down to the rest of us lowly mortals, and we'll be able to. Oh, god damn it! Now then, back to some of the spells. I've just realised you, as you can see here, you actually have 3, and you unlock them at varying the levels. Bugger off, Freya. That's it, bitch. Get out of my way. And you can see that the maximum level is actually 20, which is when you get your 3rd summoner level. And what that means is that well, it doesn't really mean a lot. It just means that there's an extra level up involved. Damn it! Damn it! Did we get? We only got 1 kill there, didn't we? So not worth it. So not worth it. Sorry, where was I? Yes, the summoning and leveler. So each of the Q, W, and E abilities have maximum of 5 ranks. The ultimate has 3, just like in League of Legends. You're limited to 6 items. However, you have an extra 2 slots here for consumables. Consumables only, I might add. And you can actually have a maximum of 10 health potions if you really wish. I wouldn't recommend it, of course, and I'll give you a quick look at the consumables while we're heading back. Flask of Foresight is actually how to describe it? It's kind of like oracles, but for champions only. So you kind of get an eye above you that will shift colours depending on how many, if an enemy is near you or not. Obviously, you've got the 2 flasks of I have increased power and haste, and I have more health.
Withdraw.
Move.
Sorry, I'm dipping in and out of concentration because I'm
There.
Regroup.
Wipe them out.
in between
An
thoughts at the
enemy
moment.
has been slain.
Oh lord. Oh, they have a Faris? I never even knew.
Advancing. Eyes of the pack.
The autopathing is a bit janky in my opinion in this game at the moment. It's unfortunate, but obviously beta is beta. It will be polished up, and
Just so.
quite frankly, in my opinion at the moment, this could rival League of Legends, because I'm actually having quite a lot of fun with this. I've had more fun with this than in League of Legends of late, so obviously it's no standard for saying whether it will be successful or not, but in my opinion, I will keep playing this.
Allied killing
It's also good if you have friends in as well, because then that perpetuates it among your friends group, so you have more people to play with and queue with. I won't talk about it yet, but there is actually a bonus that you can give to people. It's kind of like a reward for doing well in the game. As I said, I'll talk about that later. Because there's little point in talking about it now, because there's nothing to show you about it. I will talk about the cores now. You can see different pictures floating above the cores. Each of these are actually abilities that the Guardian actually has. So if you destroy this one, for instance, then that gets rid of a health buff that he will put down for that team. Which will help you because it means that they can't heal themselves with it. They can't.
An ally is dominating.
Oh damn it!
Perfect.
No, we're not going to go. Let's just go off to
Kill them all.
the spirit well. I'll just go
An
off this
ally
one.
has been shut down.
Assuming command.
And as you can see here, apologies for that, we are going to capture this spirit well. You just stand on top of it and wait until this fills up, and it will lock for you for,
Spirit well.
I believe, maybe not 5 minutes. No, maybe 5 minutes. 5 minutes sounds about right. It will lock for you for your team for 5 minutes, which means they can only harass the workers. They can't recapture it. After that time period, they can recapture it, however, and it's denoted by, as you saw this kind of patterning here, which means it's open and ready for capture.
Has been destroyed.
And I do like it.
Is under attack.
It's adds a nice little mechanic to the game that I haven't seen in any others. Also, I should explain about the parasite. Let's go visit the parasite, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go visit our good friend. So here we have the parasite. This is Dawngate's version of a combination of League of Legends inhibitors, Dragon, and Baron. When you kill him, each of your lanes gets a new minion. Damn, I can't remember the name of the minion. Shield minion, I think. It's essentially the it's a large siege minion. A very large siege minion. You get gold as if Dragon. And you also get a little buff. Each of your shapers on your team gets a buff if you kill it. Well, if your team kills it, then your team gets the buff, and
Allied
it gives you
killing
extra
spree.
health, and it gives you extra health regen.
Your team has captured a spirit well. Allied double
It will
kill.
obviously give experience as well.
Ally is relentless.
And the good thing about that is that it actually it's got a little quirk to it, and that quirk is that it will actually level up dependent on the timing of the game, so it will get stronger. At the moment, you saw it was fairly weak. If we leave that for another, let's say, 5 minutes and go back to it, it'll actually have more health and it will get stronger, and the buff that each of the shapers gets actually will last longer. Which I think is quite a nice little mechanic to have, because it means that you can get several of the early ones, but if you wait and get one later, it might be more beneficial, as the actual minions themselves that spawn from it get stronger the longer you wait as well, and you get more gold, and the buff you get from it lasts longer, etc, etc. I'm actually running out of things to say. This game has been going on for so long.
An ally has been shut down.
I could talk about the shapers that I like at the moment. Obviously, like I said, the shapers I like at the moment for definite are Fenmore and Petrus. Petrus is, to put a League of Legends champion comparison to him, he's a combination of Garen, Lee Sin, and Aatrox. He has a leaping stun, I'm going to say, a leaping CC. He has a spin to win ability, which deals quite a hefty amount of damage if you leave it long enough. There we go, helping our Nissa out a bit. Oh, I didn't realise that knocked back. Let's get this turret down.
An enemy binding has been destroyed. You have slain an enemy.
Right, now we're into the base, and we can start deleting these cores, if we so desire. Apparently we don't. Which is odd. As you can see, he's casting different abilities right now, and oh well, that was dumb. I was hoping to get a shot off with my E first before I died. There's one of the cores, so he will permanently lose that ability until it respawns. And instead of having just a timer, you actually have a visual indicator here, which I quite like. So what will happen is, as you can see, it will fill up, and when it gets to the outer edge of this circle, the core will actually respawn. As you can see here, the Guardian casting off various abilities that do different things. And I'm sure that when the pros get into
Enemy
this,
killing
there will actually be a specific pattern, a best pattern to get rid of the cores. Personally, I think getting rid of this one first is better, but as you saw, I went for this one instead.
There is much to finish.
Now then, the Guardian, of course, after you get rid of all of his abilities, he can still attack you, but he hasn't got many strong abilities after the cores are down.
Your spirit well is under attack.
Our spirit well is under attack. Interesting. How much have we got left? Let's get a few pots.
Your spirit well is under attack.
The
enemy
I can tell you about
captured
the
your
surrender
spirit
mechanic.
well.
Now, it's the same as
An
League of
enemy
Legends, so
has
after
been
20
slain.
minutes you can surrender, but if there is such an impressive lead in kills,
Leave shadows.
or someone has been AFK for a certain amount of time, then they actually programmed it so the surrender option is available. As you can see here, we're going to go in for the Parasite. It has grown in health since we last visited it, and even size. Apparently we're not going for the Parasite, we're going for the enemies.
I'll deal with this.
Either one is good. I think we should go for the Parasite, personally, after... where am I? Oh, I'm so slow. She did just say feed me.
An enemy has been slain.
Each alive.
Right, let's see if we want to go for Parasite.
An enemy has been slain.
Can we go for Parasite, please? Yes.
Step
Sweet.
aside.
Right, we'll be going for Parasite now,
Advancing.
my team. So you'll be able to see what the Parasite does, and it's actually quite frightening. Ooh, it's almost like a raid boss, in the fact that the fire is not a buff. Do not step in it, even though he appears to not care. Just like Baron, of course, in League of Legends. Oh, Striders, that's what they're called. And I'm just going to recall so that we can see when there's a Strider. Now these get stronger the stronger the Parasite gets. And as you can see, I've got a buff here. Grants 25 power, and 3% of maximum health as health regen. So that's pretty good. You know, that's pretty good for a buff. What am I buying? What am I buying? Got two of those. I've got that. I suppose going for a defensive item would help. Let's quickly go in here. Health.
Allied killing spree. Allied double kill.
Let's just go with the recommended items for now.
Is relentless.
I'm actually not confident enough to
Perfect.
make my own item build at the moment. I've only slightly adjust the one or two items from the item builds they're recommended, which I think is quite good. It might not be optimum. It's entirely accurate to say it might not be optimum, but it works. It works quite effectively. So, in my opinion, I think the recommended items are actually pretty darn good compared to some other games. Cough, cough, League of Legends, cough, cough. Oh, it'll take forever to get there. I don't think there is actually a teleport summoner power, which is quite sad in my opinion, because it's quite a useful summoner power to have. Alright, sorry as I go quiet, because I'm trying to concentrate in the middle of this team fight. Here we go. Right. So there's one core left. And after this one, the shield around the... oh, I just got stunned. There you go, you saw the shield pop. Now we can attack the Guardian directly. Unfortunately, all of our minions have been dragged onto the platform and are currently being attacked. And there you go. There's a GG.
Your team is victorious.
So that's a quick overview of Dawngate. Before I go, I will explain to you about the reward system. Now, obviously you can report players when you get back into the lobby. However, before that, you get this little screen, which is you can vote for players to get extra karma, and the extra karma actually gives you extra, I can't remember the currency, it's not waypoints, destiny points, that's the one, destiny points. I believe it's destiny points. You get a karma bonus, and it will show up in a minute. You actually get rewards after each game, so no matter how bad you do, no matter how good you do, you always get something. Now, as you can see, this is my in-game score that I got. Time bonus, karma bonus. And as you can see, that unlocked me a grand blessing. It's called. It's a reward. So what you do, click on it, and you'll actually unlock destiny points and sometimes spirit stone. In my very first one, I got divine and I got a champion, a shaper. Sorry. So you could get anything. You could get sparks. Sorry. You could get spirit stones. You could get destiny. You can get champions. That's as much as I know at the moment. You might even be able to get skins at one point if you get right up to destiny. I doubt it at the start, but if this game takes off and gets quite popular, I could see them putting cheaper skins in there to into divine packs. So this has been a look at Dawnstone. This is Marshal Gotan playing Fenmore on Dawnstone, who's a gorgeous bastard. And this is me saying take care, have fun, try out Dawngate. It's free to play. Don't have to spend any money on it if you don't want. Take half hour, have a game or two. All right. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. If you liked this video, please take a second to press the like button. If you'd like to see more, leave a comment below. Please subscribe to the channel to be made aware when there are more videos going up. Thank you.